Good morning everyone, hope you're well and dandy. It's a lovely Saturday morning this morning, but we've had a bit of a problem. There'll be a bit of rain coming down on the old bits and bobs. Yes. So let's have a look, see if I can provide you lot with any tips and ideas and little tricks and bits and bobs and just ways of doing things that can help you out with your Nitro cars, shall we? I think we'll use the Carnage for that, because a lot of the questions that I get actually involve a Carnage. So let's get that on the bench and have a look. Oh, look at that quality piece of air filter for a lawnmower. Look at these, you lot. Any of you lot that are over in America, anyone you know where I can get a good pair of these, size UK 10.5 to 11. 966s, Red Wing 966s, yeah? They're difficult to find in England, and in fact I don't think you can find them at all. These are not my size. So yeah, I'm after a good pair of those, brand new. Not brand new, I don't think they make them anymore, but you know what I mean. 966s, Red Wings, let me know, you lot. So I get a lot of questions nowadays, especially now I've discovered that little section on the Instagram where if people send me a message and they're not following me, it just goes into like a requested section. Well, I didn't know that was there, and people were always saying to me, "Oh, I've sent you a message, but you haven't replied. You never reply to messages." I had loads of people saying that, and I'm thinking to myself, I haven't sent any bloody messages. If I get a message, I always reply. At least, maybe not straight away, but I do reply within a week. Give me a bloody chance. And I'm thinking, who are these people sending these messages to? And it turns out they're sending them to me, but it's because they don't follow me, or for some other reason. Maybe they follow me or never sent a message before. They go into this requested section I didn't even know was there. And there was fucking loads of messages going back years. People had sent me, I didn't even know. Anyway, so I've had loads and loads of questions recently about the FTX Carnage. Well, it's not necessarily about the specific car, but they've got a Carnage and they've got problems and they want to know how to fix them. So I thought, let's just use the Carnage. So I'll see if I can. The first one that comes to mind was only asked, I think, yesterday, and someone, I think they've got Carnage. If it's not a Carnage, then I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter. It's regardless. It's the same for everybody, every car. They said that they've got their car going, but the fuel line keeps falling off. It's a bit loose. Now, if that happens, that can happen when, what happens is with these pipes, and with these rubber, or whatever you want to call them, silicone fuel pipes, if they're left for quite a long time, they go a bit hard, they can go a bit brittle and fall off. But normally, it's just the end part that connects on to that little nipple there. It can be on the carburetor, it can be anywhere where a fuel pipe connects. Normally that part goes brittler than the rest of it. This bit will go like rock solid, and the rest of it will still be fine. So that can happen, and if you take the pipe off and try to put it back on again, it'll be all loose. You know, it won't just slide on nicely like that. It'll be all loose and it'll just kind of go, and it might fall off, or vibrations or whatever. So some people are saying, where do I get fuel pipe from? I need fuel pipe because the end of it keeps falling off. No. You ain't got to worry about that. All you got to do, providing you've got enough pipe left, snip off the end that's hard, and then obviously, then all you got to do is just put it back on again. Snip the end off. Obviously, if your pipe is too small, it's not long enough, and you're not going to have enough to, enough left, and then you might have to, but in this case you can jimmy that across a little bit or whatever. But you ain't got to buy a whole new pipe. Just cut the end off. That's hard. There might be some cases we got to cut quite a bit off, perhaps, but that's what you can do there anyway. Now, something else. What I've done for all the years. I don't very often get jelly fuel for some reason. I mean, for example, that little bit of fuel in there now, that's not jelly, that's liquid, and that's been in there for, God, when was the last time I did a video on this? The last time I run this was in the last video, and I want to say 2 years ago. So I want to say that that fuel's been there for 2 years, somewhere around there. Now, what I always do, you might get a little bit of jelly in like your fuel pipe that goes up to your carb. Now, what I normally do if I'm suspicious, it's easier to get the gel out of the pipe than it would be at the carb. So before you go to run it, put a bit of fresh fuel in the tank. Take off the little pipe that goes on the exhaust, that little one down there, look, and then blow through it. But obviously, I can't remember. Take that off, yeah. Take it off and let it flap over there somewhere, and then blow through it. You might see a little nugget of gel go ping out the end of the tube, and then the fuel will follow behind it. You've cleared all the gel out. That's handy and dandy. Just put that in there. Away you go. Don't worry about fucking around. People go, oh, I ain't run this for years. Oh my God, I've left a little bit of fuel in there. I know what I got to do. I got to take the tank off. I got to clean it all out. Take the pipes off. Clean all them out. Take the carb off. Clean all that out. Fuck all that shit. Just put a bit of fuel in there. Take the pipe off. Blow through it. Little nugget of gel might pop out. Put it back on. Away you go. Don't worry about all the other crap. Oh, got a bit of thunder. A bit of thunder. Turn the mic up, let's have a listen. Oh, well, that was pretty loud. There you go. Bit of loud thunder there. Let me get the light in. Oh well. Alright, somebody else also said to me, what is the best way to stop your nitro engine? They said that they're always nervous about stopping it in case they damage it. Well, for one, you're never going to damage a nitro engine by turning it off. It's as simple as that, right? But, I mean, there's much debate over what is the best way to stop a nitro engine. I mean, people literally get annoyed when you talk about it. I don't know why, but they do. I mean, the way that I've always favoured is the simple finger over the exhaust. Just, and it'll stop. Simple as that. That's the way I've always favoured that one. Some people, they pinch on, not that one. They pinch on the fuel line, and it stops the fuel. I mean, yeah, that's a good way of doing it, but I personally, that's too much faffing around. What the fuck do you want to do that? Sitting there pinching it for a couple of seconds. Fuck off. Just press, and away it goes. Some people, they get their foot or their finger or something else and just touch on the flywheel there, and some people do it from the bottom. And just basically all that does is jams the engine up, which is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's what that does. It doesn't do anything. If you put your finger over the exhaust, I'll explain how it works. If you put your finger over the exhaust, providing you've got no exhaust leaks, all that does is all the fumes that are coming out, they can't get out, can they? So they build up in the exhaust, and they build up, and then basically they just jam the piston up. They stop the piston with the fumes. If you put your finger or something else on the flywheel, that stops the piston and the crank from moving, so that jams it and stops it that way. It's just like stalling an engine, basically. So you can get little things like little valves as well. I've seen little valves, but you can get other little things that you just clip onto your fuel lines. That's not one. That's just a clip, and you press on it, and that pinches the fuel line for you. And all that does is it stops the fuel getting through. Makes your engine run lean for like a millisecond or a second, and then it'll stop. But that's just the same as running out of fuel. So none of them do any damage, and they're all very plausible ways of turning off your engine. I wouldn't say any of them is the best way. I just favour the over the exhaust quick. It's simple. If you want to stop it with the flywheel, you've got to turn it upside down and put your foot on it or whatever that bollocks is. But you know, the car pulls up to me, I just go, off. Job done. You know, if you want to stop it with the, I know this is the wrong pipe, but if you want to stop it with the pipe, you just got to go. You got to go out and you got to hold it, and it'll be going. It's all whatever you prefer, but you can also stop it by blocking off the air filter. But you won't be able to do it with the foam on it. Well, you might be able to do it like that, but it might take a while to stop because I don't know. But yeah, I can't, off the top of my head at the moment, I can't think of any other way of stopping your engine. But Yeah, so the one I favour is the finger over the exhaust, okay? And never be nervous and don't panic, because you're not going to do any damage by any 3 of those or 4 of those methods. You won't damage a thing, alright? So don't worry about turning your engine off, not one little bit. Just put your finger over the exhaust. It might be a bit hot sometimes, but come on. It's just literally, I've never burnt myself before, it's just, job done. Well, you lot, one of the things that I want to say though, really, the most of all of it, thanks everybody for contacting me. I really appreciate you contacting me, because I love helping people, I love helping anybody, I love helping all of you lots, but a lot of the people that will contact me are obviously new to Nitro, new to RC in general. And of course you're a bit nervous, you know, you've just spent all this money on a new Nitro car, and you're nervous, you don't want to break it, you don't want to damage it, so you're asking someone who you think knows what to do, and I can help you out as much as I possibly can. But the one thing I want to say is, and I've said it loads of times before, don't be nervous and don't worry about damaging anything, because you really can't. I know they're little cute little things, aren't they, you know, and they look like they can be damaged, they look like they can be hurt, and you see people like Kevin Talbot who earns a lot of money from purposely damaging his cars. Pardon me. That's what you got to understand. He purposely damages his cars. But you can't really do a lot of damage just from genuinely using your RC car. You know, starting it up for the first time, you can't really do a lot of damage unless it's wide open throttle straight away, in which case your engine might have a little bit of trouble then, because it would just, you know, it's not good for it doing that. But I just want to say, don't be nervous about it and don't worry about it. So it's a hobby, it's nothing to be taken too seriously, and if you do cause a bit of damage, it is what it is, you know what I mean? It's a learning process, and I always believe in life, not just with RC, but in life in general, is to never dwell on sort of like, what if I did that, what if I did this, what if that happened, or I should have done that, I should have done this, why did I do that? Don't ever think like that. Always just think, like, you got to learn from things. So if you did happen to break something, you can go, broke that. I know what I should have done now, but I learned a lesson from it. So there you go, and you carry on. You learn a lesson. If you damage something, you learn a lesson. You did that, you damaged something. All right, learned a lesson now, not to do that again, or to be more careful next time, or something like that. The only way that I've learned everything I know about RC is by teaching myself and learning a lesson and doing it, you know, thinking, I did that, I fucked it up now, you know, because back when I started with this RC stuff, there was no YouTube, well, YouTube was probably just starting off. No, it wasn't actually, no, 2007 YouTube started, so I don't think it was. Around the year 2000 when I started in this, I don't think the internet was very popular, and I don't think YouTube was about. There was nobody to teach me. I taught myself absolutely everything just by figuring it out, just by going out there and doing it, and working things out. So yeah, I had a few previous knowledge of real size engines and things, but it's still, you know, Nitro it's a new thing to learn. So there you go, you lot. If you've got any questions and you wanna, you know, what do you do this, how do I do that, engine wise, let me know into the comments of this video, and I'll make another video hopefully. And because, you know, I want to help you lot out, and I want to get people of these other videos out there. You know, you get these posh people, don't you? They get a brand new RC car, they set it up on a bench, you know, they got lights all over the place, and they start chatting all this shit, and it's just too polished. You know what I mean? It's too polished. It's not the real world, you know. And you get these people with Nitro cars say, I watched this video. People say to me all the time, I watched this video of this person here. He looked very, very professional, but what he's telling me to do doesn't work. That is, you know, it's not the real world. So just yeah, be perseverant-ish, whatever. Have some perseverance and common sense, and you'll work it all out. But yeah, let me know if you know any questions. But I hope the fuel line thing has helped you. I hope the stopping the engine thing has helped you, because that's what most of the questions are all about. There was a lot of questions on stopping an engine. So yeah, let me know, you lot, and I'll catch you on the next one. All the best.